Hey everybody, we are back for chapter 13. Chapter 12 was a little rough. We know that Langston's grandmother died, and his dad has left for a week to go back to Alabama and figure all of that stuff out. So now he's alone, and he only has Miss Fulton coming to check on him. So that's really, really hard. Poor Langston. Ugh. So let's see what happens in chapter 13. Maybe something good. Daddy hasn't been gone one day and I already don't care much for being alone. But the one thing about Daddy being gone is I can read all I want right out in the open like the library. Feels good to see all my books unpacked and piled on the floor next to my bed. It's a good start to the chapter. I pick up the biography and can't get past the cover for staring at his name and the title, The Big C. On the back of the book I see his picture. Brown just like me with shiny wavy hair like the ladies that come out of the beauty parlor on Saturdays. His smile reminds me of the pictures I saw lined in a row, the esteemed Negro writers Miss Kimball talked about when I first visited the library. Now I'm going to need to go and see if Mr. Hughes' picture's been hanging upstairs the whole time I've been downstairs reading his books. I imagine him my age and think of all the questions I need answers to. What books did he read? How did he start writing poetry? Why did he? And all of a sudden, I remember the letters. The box is still pushed into the corner under Daddy's bed. Daddy's voice is in my head, but it's not making me stop reaching for the letters in the bottom of the box. The ribbon is old and crinkly and nearly falls apart when I untie it. The ink is so faded I can't read all the words, but I see words I don't want to see, like Henry, love, night, baby, Tina. My head is pounding fast as my heart. Letters from Mama. Now it does feel like I'm stealing secrets from Mama and Daddy, secrets I ain't supposed to know. But instead of tying the letters up and putting them back in the box, I spread them out on Daddy's bed and just look. Mama's writing was always so neat, with big loops and little ones. My fancy writing, she used to call it. I always keep a piece of Mama with me wherever I go, and now I know Daddy does too, in this box under his bed. Now I took his piece too. I start folding up each letter, neat as I can, but stop when I get to the last one. My black one, thou art not beautiful, yet thou hast a loveliness surpassing beauty. Mama was so tired after working our plot and putting dinner together, she could barely keep her eyes open after supper. Ain't no way she sat and wrote poetry. There's so many questions in my head I can't think. A loveliness surpassing beauty. Wish I could have seen what Daddy wrote back if he did. Is this what they whispered at night when I had to cover my head with my pillow? I finish holding up the letters and tie the ribbon, slip them back in the box, and sit on Daddy's bed. Tired now, but not sleepy. Gotta head over to Miss Fulton's for supper soon, so I put my books back in my satchel, all except the biography. I turn to the first page, thinking about how you could know someone so well, but not know them at all. I make myself keep moving so I'm not late again for school. Without Daddy moving fast in the morning, keeping me going till we get out the door, seems I just can't make myself move fast. Daddy told Miss Fulton I can make my own breakfast, only I wish he hadn't, because after I burned the last 2 pieces of bread, I had to eat some crackers and a nasty shriveled up apple. I bet Miss Fulton makes a mean breakfast with eggs and sausage and gravy. I run out the door, zipping my jacket, trying not to think about how empty my belly is. Straight after school, I rush to the library and downstairs to tell Miss Cook that Langston Hughes isn't from Alabama, but from Missouri and Kansas. On the map at school, I saw they are next-door neighbors to Illinois, that he traveled all over the world and went to college in New York and loved living there in a place called Harlem. That's when he traveled the world and lived far from his mama, and he was lonely too and wrote poems about it. Clem is standing at the desk talking to Miss Cook. They followed me here? I look around quick for Lyman and Errol and don't see them anywhere. But that don't make no sense. Clem brothers with me only if Lyman is around. I'm standing still, not knowing which way to turn when Clem looks up, stares straight at me. You boys know each other from school? Miss Cook asks, sweet as can be. Nope, we both say at the same time. Oh, pardon me, you looked like you knew each other. She stamps the book Clem is holding. These are due back in 2 weeks, Clem, she says. Clem walks past me with his head down. Something inside me starts growing till my chest is pounding. I follow him out and take the steps 2 at a time behind him. At the top I say, You here with Lyman and Errol? "Get away from me, country boy," he says and keeps on walking. I grab his arm to stop him. "I ain't your country boy." Words coming out louder than I knew they could. Don't know when I've been this mad. "You can't be following me here." "Boys," Miss Cook says from the bottom of the stairs, "keep your voices down. Look, I ain't here with Lyman or Errol. Just came to get some books is all." Here in the stairwell, Clem looks so small and skinny. Me and my big self looks like I could crush him without trying hard. I let his arms go. "This is where you come after school?" Clem asks. "Why are you asking? You bringing Lyman back?" "You don't know. I come by myself some Thursdays when my mama got to work late for her family. My mind is working hard trying to figure out if he's lying or tricking me or just likes books as much as I do. All I can get out is a, mm-hmm. "You come every day?" Clem asks, like everything's okay between us when he knows it ain't. "What's it to you?" I ask. "You ever come when those big-time writers are here for their meetings? Once there were so many folks upstairs, Miss Kimball came downstairs to get extra chairs." "What big-time writers?" I ask before I remember I'm not supposed to be talking to Clem. But I am hoping Clem knows more about the writers upstairs in the pictures. I don't know any of their names, but Miss Kimball said they're famous, that their work is important." The last words he says with a fancy girl's voice as he stretches his neck forward and blinks fast, then laughs. I can't help but smile a little bit. "See you later," Clem says. "I gotta get home." I wait till I see Clem leave, then I walk towards the front of the library, past the tall bookshelves and towards the row of pictures. At long wooden tables, folks sit reading with books spread out, some scribbling down words on pads of paper. At other tables, folks are whispering together. I make sure no one is watching me. Then I walk to the end of the row. The first picture is a woman, the second too. That makes me stare a little longer because I never knew women wrote books, especially colored women. But here are their pictures on the wall and their names underneath: Margaret Walker and Gwendolyn Brooks. I keep walking down the row past Richard Wright, Anna Bontemps, and then I stop in front of Langston Hughes. I don't even need to look down at his name to recognize his face and shiny wavy hair. I don't know how long I stand staring before I hear, "Excuse me," behind me. An old lady is waiting to get past and I move to the side. Shame now to have been standing and staring at pictures I know no one else ever stops to look at. I head on back downstairs, but now, sitting at the table with my books, I'm just pretending to read. My mind is wondering if I'll ever meet Langston Hughes at the library, and I'm wondering if Clem is going to tell Lyman he saw me here. I feel Miss Cook's hand on my back. She leans over. "Is everything okay, Langston?" she asks. I look at her and nod, picking up my books. Walking home, I think about me chasing after Clem, and I feel lighter somehow. It's not till I get to my steps I realize it's the first time I ever yelled at someone. It sounds like Langston is finding his voice in the world. Love that. All right, we will be back for chapter 14. That chapter wasn't as sad as I thought it was going to be. Yahoo! All right, see you guys. Bye.